Good day, folks. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today we have with us Sadaf Farooq. Came to Canada at a pretty early stage and then has progressed in a very fine career. Eventually has landed and working with the Big Four. And without having me to introduce her, I'll let her have the opportunity. So, Sadaf, if you can get started by telling us a little bit about yourself first.
For sure. Thank you, Saad, and Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Sadaf. I am originally from Muzaffarabad, South Kashmir, and we came to Canada many years ago. Initially landed in the year 2000, and then starting 2003, started living here. I did my high school completion here, so I did grade 11 and 12. I did the IB program, for those who know what that is. It's the equivalent of the A levels in the UK. European system. And after finishing that, I did my education here at U of T St. George for my undergrad, and then U of T Mississauga for my master's. During my master's, I joined one of the Big Four accounting firms as a intern co-op student to join for the busy season, which is 4 months of pretty intensive work. I joined them. Oh my God, my first term was back in 2012, and I joined full time starting 2013. So now I'm starting, what is it? Well, in the middle of 2021 in this pandemic, still working there. I'm a manager there, and since joining, I've done my CA, CPA exams, and I'm also a chartered accountant here in Canada. And I've had a very interesting, I would say, work experience being in the field that I'm in. I work in core financial audit, and my focus really is on the asset management and financial services space.
Interesting. So audit by itself is a very intense profession. So what is your advice for folks who would want to pursue the same from like if they're studying in their bachelor's for one perspective, and the other one being that for those who come from outside of Canada, what would your advice be to them?
So it's interesting because I had a non-traditional path to getting into accounting. I was doing my undergrad in sciences because I was sure that I wanted to be a doctor. And when it comes to applying, I think back in the day, the statistic was out of for every one medical school spot, there's 120 applicants. Wow. And I was one of the 120 applicants, and unfortunately, I didn't get a spot here in Canada. And upon further reflection and figuring out what I'm good at, and being an immigrant, like many of us are to this country, I wanted a career that was still a profession, had a skill, and really was able to enhance that skill in a field. And so accounting kind of worked because I liked business. I always supported my family's businesses, and so it was maybe a seamless transition, even though it wasn't initially planned. If I think about my experience, I would say it's very non-traditional to get into a CA firm and then to get my experience hours at a CA firm as well. But now I think the career has really opened up in Canada. There's a lot more people joining the practices. There's many more paths to being a CPA. For those who are in undergrad, I would say even if your undergrad is not business related or accounting related, there are non-traditional paths to getting into a CPA stream. You have to find an employer who is willing to support you for that program. And so we see now students who are going from undergrad into working for the government, and they're still getting their CPA hours. They're just getting them through a more non-traditional route. And so the profession has changed quite a bit, I would say, since I got my CA back in 2015. And for those who are coming from abroad, I would say, okay, if you are somebody who is a South Asian CA, so an Indian or Pakistani CA, I would say that there's a very, very strong path for you to get into a CA firm here, as long as you're willing to put in the hours, because I would say in audit, Saad, the hours aren't the greatest, especially in the peak period or the busy period, as we like to call it, January to March. You're working more and living less, and then the pendulum swings the other way when you finish busy season. So spring is usually a nicer time for us. And I would say that if you have a designation from Pakistan or India, it's a very coveted one because employers here understand how challenging those countries are and their rigorous standards are. If you are working in one of the big four abroad and you're interested in transitioning to Canada, there's a lot of people that I've seen make a very seamless transition. If there was an advice I would give people is the biggest change is going to be the work culture, because the work culture in Canada is different than, you compare to the US, compare to the UK, whatever have you, and then depending on the field that you're working in within accounting, it can be different as well. So I would say staying open-minded, having a team mindset is really important. If you're thinking that you're going to get into a firm and work really hard and only care about yourself, you're only going to get so far. I think there's a very strong team dynamic when it comes to audits. And I've certainly taken advantage of that, and I've grown in that, and really, I would say, thrived in that. And I think those who are good auditors or strong in this profession are ones who like to work in a group as much as they like to work on their by themselves as well. And then you'll grow in things like you'll grow your network, you'll grow technically, and increase your proficiency as well with time. But I think a very important aspect of it is really trying to understand the work culture of where you are.
Perfect.
To be part of it.
Thank you. And I will just want to ask you one last question. But before I do that, I do want to reflect back on the fact that you said about being long hours, because it's been almost 3 months that we've been trying to get a time with you for this interview. So I can directly very well relate to that fact as to your hours. Anyway, with having said that, regards to the volunteer work, how do you see volunteer work over here? What do you think it's important? Do you think folks who come in, should they focus on that? What's your take on that?
I think first of all, giving your time back or giving any effort that you can to the community is really important. For those who come here, I think it's a very good way to get your feet wet and meet people and network. So I think volunteering, community service, or even attending networking events is a really great way to get your name out there, meet people, shake a lot of hands. I mean, virtually these days, because obviously we're living in this COVID world. But even now, I see there's a lot of professional networking events that happen. There's a lot of organizations that are still doing great work, and they're looking for volunteers to work virtually as well. So I would say if you have the time, definitely dedicated. I know that I was, as part of my education really over the years, I did a lot of volunteer work in high school, then in university as part of my undergrad, and then as part of my master's program as well. And I think it helped me always stay very grounded in understanding how everybody's experience is very different, and everybody's path for growth in Canada looks very different as well, depending on, the when you came in and where you landed and who you knew and all of that. So I think if you want to give yourself the best shot, especially if you're young, you have a young family, it's very difficult for sure to find that time to put aside for, either for self, for your own personal development, and also to give back, but try to find those morsels of time. It doesn't have to be much. I think it's really important to do that because it does help you personally grow, but you never know who you're going to meet in your path, who could open doors for you in the future as well. And so there's that aspect as well. But I think the more important aspect is that, we are still a minority in this country. And if we send a letter back to somebody, right, as we are climbing those ladders ourselves, it will just make the change stronger within our community as well. I think there's a lot of very, very smart, intelligent immigrants who migrate here with their families, or they come themselves for education or whatever have you. And sometimes they don't find that network or that community for themselves to be able to grow in. And I think volunteer work and being present in the community and showing up, and it doesn't have to be a financial contribution always, but of course there's organizations who do need the financial aspect as well, but most of them need your time. So I think if you're able to give your time back, I think it's fantastic.
Perfect. Thank you so much for summarizing all that and for answering our questions today. So thank you so much again, and hopefully I'm sure if other folks have any questions, they'll reach out to you, and then you'll probably be able to help them. So thank you so much again.